that started. Hold on for a second. Let me make sure. Okay. Yeah, and is it asking for anything else? Okay, then that's it. Thank you very much. Right. Yep. Thank you very much. Nope, that's it.
Oh my God.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told her.
How dare you?
I didn't have them either, so don't feel bad, folks. You're with us on InnervisionFM.com, live from my bedroom.
Yes.
Is it running now? Yeah. Hi, everybody. This is the Godfather, Soul James Brown. I tell you, this business is on. My man is on. Check him out. This is the Godfather, Soul James Brown saying, stay with it and hit it. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, people, for joining us here. Let's see, I'm gonna turn up the sound here. I think let me make sure I got the sound.
Oh my God.
Okay, okay. All right, got the sound. Now, see, before we start, I want to start this. This little video. Let's see. Now, can I find it? Let's see. What's up? I can't. Let's see. That's not it.
While you're searching for that, last night we talked a little bit about the rise in gas prices. Ladies and gentlemen, we have broached the $4 mark a gallon. That's the national average. In some places in California, it might be as much as $7 for a gallon, ladies and gentlemen. We can thank our most illustrious and most esteemed, highly popular, whatever, president.
This is true. I thought I had the video right there.
Tonight we've got a couple of different things. We're going to talk a little bit about, I think what Johnny's trying to find right now is the main topic, the interview with Kanye West. He expressed some views on a hard to talk about topic these days that does deal with our unborn children. There were some interesting facts and figures that he brought up that he talked about here, I think. Did you find that?
Yes, I got it. I had another one queued up, but I'm gonna play this one. Okay, here it is.
South Carolina last night.
Oh, and then it stops.
And then it stops right in the middle of it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, he did a full.
Here it is. We're back up.
Here. Platitudes or cliches. They were as unusual, in fact, as eccentric as the man himself, but in some ways they were remarkable and worth watching. Take a look at this.
Freedom does not come from an election. The freedom comes from you not loading up pornography. The freedom comes from you
do all this to talk about everything you said because I had to take Percocets when I'm in pain.
And God's people.
Huh. A celebrity musician telling you that freedom does not come from porn or drugs or pulling a gun on people. It comes from God. He said a lot of things, by the way. Some of them we wouldn't agree with at all. Some very unusual proposals made the roster, too, including giving $1 million to any woman who has a baby. But it was interesting. And maybe the most arresting moment came when Kanye West talked about abortion. Watch this.
Let me hear it, bro.
My dad wanted to abort me. My mom saved my life. There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy. So even if my wife was to divorce me after this speech, she brought north into the world and she presented that child.
No speechwriter wrote that. And it's a dangerous point if you think about it. They can say they love you. They can tell you your life matters. But if they clutter your neighborhood with abortion clinics, they're lying.
No,
That's a real
this is
argument.
facts, bro.
But no one wanted to engage it, of course.
Take
And
your
so
words
they
as
called it crazy.
right.
By
No,
the way,
he's
maybe
putting them in
is,
context.
but it's still
You're putting
what
them
we're
in
talking about.
context.
Instead, TMZ reported that many people in Kanye West's circle believe he needs, quote, serious help, and then cited an anonymous family member who explained that he's experiencing a bipolar episode. And by the way, maybe he is. We don't know. But it doesn't mean what he said is wrong.
Boom.
Over on CNN, of course, they were horrified by it. Call him crazy as quick as you can before anyone pays attention to what he's saying. I just want to be clear.
I love his enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's top of the commentary there.
Oh yeah, that was Tucker Carlson, and that was I think about 2.5 years ago, when he was going on the Jesus is Lord tour, or no, Jesus is King tour.
Jesus is King tour, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, he was speaking some truth, and I don't know why politicians they steer away from certain things. Well, maybe because they say, well, if we say that, we'll lose some people. But is it better just to lie and then do what the Dems do and go in there and say you're going to do one thing and then do the exact opposite? I mean, come on. And it was a point that he made about there being, well, okay. There was 62 million abortions so far, and out of that 62 million, 32% of them were from black females, which only represents, what is it, like 14%, but you have to cut that in half, 14%, 7% of the population. And 86% of these abortion, which I like to call them not Planned Parenthood, but Planned Killinghood, these facilities are mostly in these communities. So Marcus Zinger really has hit us for a zinger as her plan of eliminating people like disabled people, black and brown people, or or just people that she found to be not culture. I don't know.
You're hitting a topic, a whole demographic of individuals. The idea is what's called eugenics. It's a targeting of a racial demographic or group of individuals like the disabled who may be viewed as defective in some ways. There are still places throughout the world where there are those who are disabled. If they are born into families, the families are encouraged to go ahead and get rid of them, put them in a pit to die, put them in a room to just go ahead and die. And this still goes on today, ladies and gentlemen. So we talk about humane tactics on how to deal with a woman and her choice when in fact a disabled person born into a given country. I'm not going to target any country per se, but there are certain countries that still practice this today, where indeed they will uh, be encouraged very strongly to go ahead and let their disabled child go ahead and just cry it out until they expire. So think about that. I mean, you
And
know, when you take into your own hands the choice to go ahead and, well, I made a mistake, I'm going to get rid of my child, uh, you rob that child potentially of a future. If my mom had aborted me as a child, uh, as a as an embryo in the womb, I wouldn't have been here. And there were some mitigating circumstances. There's reasons why I'm blind. A lot of them deal with drug use while she was pregnant with me and this kind of thing. And so, she was indeed faced with a choice. Do I want to? Because at this time, Roe versus Wade wasn't really a thing. So she had the choice of taking care of the matter or just carrying me to whatever term there was.
right.
If I lived, why, she would deal with it then. So I do thank her specifically. Yesterday being International Women's Day, I got to lift her up as well and just thank her posthumously. She's now gone, but if she hadn't have decided to have me, why, you guys wouldn't be graced with my presence tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you're on InnervisionFM.com. Hit us up at info at Innervision FM, and in the subject line, include this topic. What do you guys think about this? You've got a proportion of blacks that are being targeted. There's no getting around it. The Planned Parenthood organizations are being placed in the urban areas where a higher percentage of black folks do live. Now, of course, me being white, I can't speak to that. I'll get doxxed. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was younger, another thing they were doing back then to destroy the community, you would see like a church and a liquor store. Church, liquor store, church, liquor store. And I mean, there were so many liquor stores, you thought that, you had two spirits standing side by side, make a choice, And I always thought that was weird, that they would have, these liquor stores, which is, when people drink, they can get pretty destructive in their personalities. And, there's, a split between the happy drinker and the not so happy drinker. and then another thing, I don't remember the name of this lady, but she was in Georgia, and she's helping like a lot of the young women because they say like, I can't afford it, and they're helping them to get in a position to be able to afford to have the child, and then as you see Hollywood says, if I have the choice to kill my baby so I can have this fantastic career, and even some Olympic women have killed their babies so they can be in the Olympics. And I'm thinking like, wow, it's like, is life that cheap that you would destroy a life over a moment, over a career? And
When you're not depriving one life, when you take that life, you're depriving two, because you are depriving your own life of what you could have had, the experiences you could have had with that child, as well as, of course, depriving the child of life itself.
yeah, and I tell my daughters now, because you get older, you learn stuff like that. I said, don't share yourself with a guy like these one night stands, because when the Bible says like they became one, and he cleaved to her, and he left his wife, left his parents to cleave with her. There's some kind of like there's a joining together, and that's why when you separate, it's like you ripped out a part of yourself, because you shared something that we can't see, but you shared a part of yourself with that person, and then when you come apart, you feel that rip apart. And I didn't understand it until I got older, but I try to tell younger people, all this sleeping around and bouncing from person to person, it's making you less and less compassionate, make you less and less a whole person, because you're sharing yourself with all these entities out there.
I just look at it from a scientific standpoint. Everybody is like trust the science these days. So take 2 pieces of paper, take some Elmer's glue, take those 2 pieces of paper, glue those pieces of paper together, let them dry, and then rip them apart. And then do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that is exactly what happens with a relationship on a spiritual basis. When, when those relationships are ripped apart, you leave pieces of yourself behind until pretty soon that paper that you are on, that you exist on, gets thinner and thinner and thinner. And pretty soon there's nothing left.
Right. And I have a question for people. What was the first recorded history of the first abortion? And I found something in Exodus chapter 1, verse 16, where the King Pharaoh told the Hebrew midwives to kill all the boy babies. And the 2 midwives, Shipra, and I'm going to spell that name, Shiphrah. What a name. And,
Shipra.
And then Ann Pura, Puah, Pura. They said, we're not going to do that.
Right.
And if they would have done it, there would have been no Moses. Now, some people say Moses is a mythological person, but I disagree with that. And you can read the story for yourself in Exodus. It's written at a 6th grade level, so
Man, it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah. So and then let's see. Wait, hold on for a second. I want people to think about this. Okay, hold on for a second. Let me hold on for a second. Okay, now I'm going to ask this question. When was the first full birth abortion? And as you know, in Colorado, we have the full birth. A baby can be born and you can kill it outside. But I want you to think about that, and then we're gonna play a commercial, and then we'll be right back.
Christian Brothers Moving Company takes care of you by taking care of your family's moving needs. Give them a call, 303-526-2630, and tell them that you heard about them on Innervision. Get the best moving experience you've ever had with Christian Brothers Moving Company. 303-526-2630. That's 303-526-2630. Christian Brothers is a proud underwriter of Innervision. Call them now, 303-526-2630.
All right, we thank Christian Brother for sponsoring us for a whole year here at Innervision.
Wow, folks. And if you want to be a sponsor as well, hit us up at info@innervisionfm.com and leave in the subject line, I want to be a sponsor. And, tell us a little bit about yourselves. We'll set you right up. You can also find different member prices and that kind of thing on the website as well.
And give us a thumbs up, everybody, and also subscribe as well, because we definitely need some more subscribers. We're up to 365 subscribers so far. So keep it up, and because me and Alan are blind, if you're talking in Facebook or
right,
or one of those, and you say, well, why they're not responding to us? Because we have very low budget right now, and we can't afford to have someone to. Oh, and you want to give a shout out?
Oh, I was just going to say we'll just review all the stuff after the show is done, and we'll comment on as many as we can. and
Oh
answer your
yeah.
question. Then, uh, here's we get to a higher budget and that kind of thing. Your donations do help at PayPal.me/Innervision Denver and other places you can find on the
Oh yeah.
description.
Yes, it's right in the description there, right there. So yeah, we appreciate that. And okay,
But yeah, as
so
we get up into a higher tax, that kind of thing, we'll get some folks to read your comments live so that we can do the comments live and that kind of thing. So we do
okay,
thank you for bearing with us.
yeah. So this is in Matthew. So it was a Governor Augustus, where he was governing, and then yeah, Caesar Augustus. Okay, and this is in Matthew 2, and then 16. That 16 has, it was Exodus 1:16. Now it's Matthew 2:16.
Well,
That's
that's
16.
interesting how the
Yeah,
Bible does lay it out sometimes like that, and it kind of coincidentally lines up in some sort of code way, huh?
yeah. So 17, 18 verse. So, so King Herod had boys that were two and over killed because he was so because the Magi had told him that the king was born and they saw it in the stars, and I guess because of his jealousy he says, okay, so says go out and any boy out there that is 2 years old, kill him. And it was, of course, you think that there's some weeping and crying in the Ukrainian thing. You just imagine your son is 2 years old and the soldier just comes, knocks on the door, or breaks down the door and kills your 2-year-old son, and and goes on to the next person. It wasn't anything nice. And of course, Polis, Hancock, and New York can feel very proud that they're just keeping a tradition that was started by Herod
Back then.
2,000 years ago. So they can feel proud of themselves, governor of Colorado and the mayor of Colorado, that they're right in alignment, and of course all the Democrats who believe in choice to kill your baby. They can, and Governor Northam, the 73rd governor of what was it, Virginia, he can feel proud as well, as he described it on a radio show about how the baby would be born and they'll go to the mother,
Make it, yeah,
resuscitate,
get the
and
baby comfortable,
yeah,
go to the mother, and discuss with the mother the options for the baby right there, and they'll decide, huh? It just makes it sound all loving and cuddly and peaceful, kind of like a porcupine.
and we wanted to, thank God for the women that didn't have that choice and didn't make that choice, and we have to pray for the ones who made that choice because they were ill advised. They were told, like in the 70s and 80s and 90s, that it's just a blob of fresh. It doesn't feel anything, and now with sonar, we know that yes, it does. The baby does feel something, and just because the voices are silenced by the muffling of being inside the mother, it definitely feels something. So we've got to pray for those women that made those bad decisions, those bad choices, and they had to they chose to do that, and then Kanye West got in trouble by saying that African Americans chose slavery 400 years ago. But you have to realize, I was just thinking about what he was saying. Okay, if what they used to do is they would get the strongest guy and they would make him an example, so any of the other guys would not, rise up. And it took a pretty brave person to say, wait, I'm gonna put my life on life, and I'm gonna rise up and come against this. So,
Right.
in a way, you have to choose: are you gonna rise, or you're not gonna rise up? And so women have to choose: am I going to destroy life, or am I going to be the gatekeeper for life? And things happen, where there are miscarriages and things like that, but you don't want to be a part of being a willing participant in that. Wow.
Interesting.
So, okay, look at topic 4. Okay, now we want you guys to vote. Okay. Okay, should Roe v. Wade return back to the states, or stay in the federal law? Federal law, and
So basically, currently, it's a federal law that that this particular case between these two subjects, which was decided, allows for abortion to take place without any sort of retribution, any sort of anything. Understandable. This provides for backdoor abortions to not be performed anymore. These were horrible operations which took place way back in the day, and we wouldn't want any of those to take place.
No.
And so that's the big fear right now.
Right.
Is if it returns back to the states, for the states to make the decision, and it's okay in this state but not okay in that state, and I happen to get pregnant in this state over here, but then end up in that state over there. What do I do? It's a very, very real thing to think about.
Yeah. And you can leave your vote at info@innervisionfm.com, or you can give us a call and leave a voice on 720-255-8871. That's 720-255-8871. Or you can leave your comments on Facebook, YouTube, DLive, Rumble. What else are we at? Twitter, and some other, and Twitch as well. Now, there you go. Okay, yes, stay, and then no return. Now, should we be forced, who don't have children or who have not done it, should we be forced to pay for these abortions? As it is in the federal law, they take money from us to pay for these acts, which I disagree with and others disagree with. So why should we pay for either the woman's mistake or the guy irresponsibleness as he's sowing his
oats, as it were?
Yeah.
It's an interesting topic because should one who has never had children, perhaps they have a medical condition that disallows them from having children, should they be forced to give part of their weekly, bi-weekly, monthly paycheck and out of their taxes to go towards these abortion clinics? So yes to that, no to that. Go ahead and hit us up at info@innervisionfm.com. Also at 303-255.
Hold on. No, 720-324-7278.
Oh, okay, because you gave this 255 number a second ago.
I did?
Yeah.
Forget that one. Okay. Oh, man. So,
324-7278. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Delete that first number. Okay.
That again.
720-324-7278. Okay. Now. Oh, okay. So I mean that's pretty much it. Now, we're going to 6:25. We're gonna go out on the show. Like I said, we're promoting Dreamland's music, and that's MUZIK. Their album called BIC, Because I Can, and you can get pre-orders on Spotify. Add them to your Spotify, and hold on, let me get it. Let me go over there.
We just featured Dreamland on the 24th of February here at a local theater here in Denver. We do feature bands from time to time. We'll keep you posted as we do set up some concerts. If you're a recording artist, whether it be disabled or otherwise financially challenged, hit us up at info@innervisionfm.com.
Yeah, and sign up to come on the show too. And if you have a video, send it to us, and uh, send a picture of the album cover or a picture of you, and then tell us what genre the music is, and send it to the info@Innervision FM, and then follow up. Make sure we got it, because I think I have an auto response, but maybe sometimes it doesn't work well to let you know that you got we got the video. So anyway, we're gonna play the song. It's called Rosa, and I spent some time editing all the words out of it, because
It's a pretty spicy meatball, folks. You can check out the unedited version on Spotify.
Oh yeah. All right, so we'll see you guys next week. Have a fantastic weekend, and pray for America and our border, and hopefully that this bandito will take care of our border before we start worrying about other people's borders, and have it like that. And for the gas prices, this is just their plan to get you out of your cars and rush in the Green New Deal, where windmills and what's the other solar panels,
solar power, nuclear, unicorn farts, and all kinds of crazy stuff. They roll the day.
And will make China even more richer. So, whatever. Anyway, see you next week. God bless.
Great weekend.
I was chilling on the bed at the Chubby's eating soap. When I seen a Spanish chick, and I think her name was Rosa. She started jacking on my style. Yeah, she say she love my throat. I wanna take me to her house around the way on Mariposa. Ay, she let me smash me chocolate. We was up the couch. Beat the pussy till it's purple. Oh yeah, like a G and then I'm out. She let me smash me chocolate. We was up the couch. Beat this pussy like a G and then I'm out. She let me smash me chocolate. Steady for the couch. Had her screaming around the house. Sweat dripping like a throb. Shawty acting like she taking it. Smacking, scratching while she taking it. Cooking myself up a noja. Creamy center like an almond joy. I had this bitch dripping on chata. Flood the bed like a door swim. She ninja Yasha. To a cartoon like tailspin. Down, up, down. Started in the kitchen, we hit on the ground. Round back in. Straight from the bed till we head to the den. She telling me, Poppy, don't stop it.